Hello everybody, what's up? Welcome to the channel, welcome to an MCN for Wednesday. Now, we do have some things to go over in this video. It's also interesting to note that it is 1 week and 3 days until we hear information about what is dropping next month. Yes, a month starts, a month ends, and we're already halfway through our event quest and side quest and other stuff like that. When does the time go? We're also 2 days away from finding information about the Cap Enlistment Event, which is a topic for the MCN today. And also in this show, we're going to be talking about adjustments to potion ecosystem, a thread, but also something that Kabam announced, but didn't, and a little bit silent on. And then finally, we're going to be talking about the war cheaters situation, which is something, of course, we've got to go over, which is a growing topic in the community. So we start the show by looking at this particular thread. It has a part 1 and part 2 to it. So I saw this on the forums. It was posted on the 18th by a Wazzle 007, works with an MI6, James Bond. The name is Wazzle, 007 Wazzle. It's been about 5.5 months since we had Kabam's response to the community concerning the implementing of Apothecary. One of the points made in this post is the lengthy dialogue with summoners has also put a spotlight on current potion inefficiencies. The game team has discussed a revamp to potions and are committed to overhauling the system. It's best to consider this as a tangibly related to the changes to the situation at hand, as the timeline on this will not be much longer. We are hoping for these changes to be implemented in 5 to 6 months. Also, timelines can shift, but considering the scale of the project, that's what we're hoping for currently. If anyone remembers, back in time, as Wazzle does fantastic to kind of alert people to previous thread, where it was indeed discussed when the Apothecary was announced, and also some other information, that Kabam were indeed looking to make changes and alterations to revives, health potions, and how they functioned in the game. We've still not really had any kind of like proper end game content, like a new type of abyss, to really test out how much of a impact the Apothecary has or hasn't, or sorry, the revived with 3.2.6 nerf, and also other things Kabam have nerfed, which, you know, again, there could be some more stuff to that meets the eye and some changing factors. But one thing that is correct by what Wazzle 007 says. So it's been nearly 6 months, so coming to the end of the proposed implementation period. Appreciating timelines can shift, so what was originally intended as 5 to 6 months might end up being longer. But is there any update that can be shared with the community yet, as it's still on developers' radars to implement? Will health economy change also in Alliance Wars with ascended 7-star rank 5s at some point, 7-star rank 2s, which are now the current health pots feel incredibly outdated. Of course, to kind of like, you know, go a bit more into this, it's also a little bit weird, isn't it? Because we've in that time had the fluctuation of the influx is the right word, influx of rank 5 6 stars. Yes, we've had 7 stars at rank 1, now we've got rank 2. It kind of feels at that point Kabam are waiting for a particular moment to go, do you know what, it might be a good time now. Now, for the astute among you that watch the content, you know, listen and read along with us as we cover stuff on the channel, because we do information guides and so much more when it comes to MCOC, you'll know I referred to recently to this in an MCN, where first of all, it was a case of, Alliance War Season 44, new map and rewards update. Well, Kabam announced it, or teased it, I think is the correct word. Which, of course, a lot of players are still saying, like, okay, well, on the 27th, when the new season goes live, are you going to get the 7-star crystal and Awakening Gem signature stone changes to the loyalty store moving forward? Obviously, we'll cover that on the channel when it goes live, if it does go live on the 27th of September, which I am trying to have a bit of a week off, but I will be still making content from wherever I am, as I want to, you know, cover this stuff that goes live, because it's important stuff. It's important stuff for the community. But as it says with a lot of that stuff, yes, you can look out for it, and especially to consumable costs, which is going to be an important thing. But Kabam say, changes to loyalty store consumables will follow with our consumable update. Now, if this all happens, this could happen next week. Changes to loyalty store consumables is one thing, and that may go in live with the season. But that does mean to say that if there's going to be a consumables update, then that consumables update plays into what Wazzle says with the timeline. This does factor into 5 to 6 months. So it could be a case of what Kabam have done is they said, okay, right, we're ready to go with this, we're ready to announce it, and we'll find out more information next week. I mean, look, if they're teasing it, it's going to happen. It's just going to be a case of what's going to be changed. Kabam may make a thread or a post on this towards the end of the week. They may do it on Friday. I kind of think they might do it on Friday, to be brutally honest. Have something like the cap in the cap event, the Commissary. You'll be in Commissary by the end of it, I can imagine. We're going to talk about that actually next. But what are your thoughts? Do you think something's going to be announced towards the end of the week? Do you think that it's going to go live next week? Or do you think Kabam are going to announce it next week and release it at a later date? And do bear in mind, Kabam did say that it's going to be a consumables update. So we'll treat them as a word that it's coming. Also, I'm sure some people will point out that even though it says consumable, and even though in that particular thread it references things like Alliance Wars, I do think that Kabam are going to refer to consumables across the board. Whether or not it's boosts, whether or not it's going to be potions, there's going to be a bigger discussion that's going to be coming, so look out for that. Or I can be completely wrong with this, but I don't know, I kind of feel when you put in consumables, you're referencing kind of like a broad spectrum of things. And of course, it's one-time usage, and as even some of the other games point out, it could be potions, food in some description, it could even be boosts, so we'll have to see. Right, now we're going to move on and talk about Cap's Commissary, which I'm going to be saying Commissary because it could be. As this is very much a case of we don't know, we're into the unknown, and that's a worry. It is a big worry. As a lot of you know from things that we pointed out in this the particular video the other day, is that yes, it's great there's a 7-star Civil Warrior. Is it going to be for free? I don't know, and if I don't want to guess these things because we've been there before. I've done things where I've prepped for these things going, oh yeah, this is definitely coming. And it turns out to be not. The same way that we look at this stuff and go, gold offers are coming. And a lot of us are kind of like, you know, what's that saying? It's like once bitten, twice shy, or kind of fool me once, shame on, fool me twice, shame on, whatever it is. I just can't trust the hype. And even Kabam are saying this, don't trust the hype on it. Because people are worried about whether or not this is going to be a pay-to-win type event, it does indeed give me the heebie-jeebies when it comes to, like, you know, the future with it. I do like the fact that it does seem that there's a trade-in with this one, trading in some crystals, whatever they are, probably tier 4 class catalyst crystals if I'm being honest, awakening gems, gold for things, whether or not that's going to get you something good. Look, I want to say that let's wait for September 22nd. I'm a bit confused with a lot of stuff because it looks like there's specific stuff for specific days. Of course, I did a video on this one already, but I felt that it was important to, again, reiterate, do not get your hopes up that you are going to be trading a lot of your gold for some really nice spicy items. If it's in and it happens on Friday, great. Do bear in mind though, do not get suckered into something if you're like, right, well, it's September now. If I spend a load of my units, then look, you're not going to have as many for Cyber Weekend deals. They might be better. More than likely they are better for you. It might make you have, look, if there's something there that you're like, well, I need this right now, then go for it. Look, your needs are like going to be more important than anything else. But at the same time, we have to see on Friday whether or not it's good enough. You know, if I see something that I'm like, do you know what, that's a good deal, it may be worth getting, then maybe there's a good cause for that. But do bear in mind, we are 2 months, and on Friday will be 2 months just about from the Cyber Weekend deals, which is going to be a case of going, look, if you blast 10k units, which will be my situation, 10k units into this particular event, and you don't have 10k units. Like, you have to regrind 10k units for Cyber Weekend deals. And even more so if you're looking to save up for doing Banquet Event 2023. So look, there's always kind of like fundamentals to this and processes and, you know, saving allocations. Look, I'm concerned. I think that there could be something there. It could be a pay-to-win type thing. We won't know until Friday. Just be warned, be cautious. Now, one of the big stories we're going to end on before we go on to arena predictions is going to be a update on Alliance War, the war on cheaters. Sorry, I said the Alliance War. Maybe I said that wrong. Just like the war on cheaters. So Kabam say Season 10 Battlegrounds was busy with anti-cheat team, and we monitored the leaderboard to ensure the integrity of our Battleground Brawl qualifiers. Over the course of the season, we developed a method to identify a new cheating strategy, as well as improved our detection for win trading. Both ended up paying off and impacted the final qualifiers for the Brawl. Interesting. I wonder if that kind of opened up something new. Or maybe some people might have been, maybe some notable people were a bit naughty. Who knows? We believe our anti-cheat methods are in pretty good spot. There is still work to be done, and we meet regular to improve our detection algorithms, but we have active programs in place across the game, regularly banning modders in Battlegrounds, Arenas, Incursions, and Solo Event. With the progress made, we have had a chance to dive into the shelling problem in Alliance War. For some unfamiliar with the concept, this goes way back to the old days of the game, the shelling, and how people were getting some easier kind of like matchups as a result of shelling their alliance. Some alliances have been using the exploit to modify the matchmaking parameters to their favor. This off-season, we carefully monitored the movement of players, and 3 alliances near the top of the leaderboard were clearly engaging in this anti-competitive behavior. Today, the officers of those alliances were issued temporary bans, and when they return, they will find that the shell alliances at the bottom of the Alliance War rankings, so that means they can climb up very easily then. If they want to compete for the top rewards in Alliance Wars, they will have to do so from their primary alliance. Given this is the first time we have taken action against this exploit, we were slightly more lenient, considering this is a warning shot of sorts. In the future, any alliance that we catch shelling receive harsher penalties, up to and including permanent bans for the members of the guilty alliance. Interesting. Additionally, we have had time to look closer look at mercenaries in Battlegrounds. A number of accounts have received escalated bans for being played by someone other than the owner. Oh man, what is wrong with people? Those that were not banned permanently will be banned from Battlegrounds game mode for 3 seasons. What? Wow, I didn't think Kabam would do that, but like, hell yeah, like, proud of them for doing that. Finally, there's already a post up about players exploiting Enlistment gifting event, but we wanted to note this still is on our radar, and there will be actions taken before the end of the event. The most extreme exploiters will receive bans, and we will be taking additional action against some accounts. Ooh, spicy. I know actually Kabam recently were investigating a lot of enlistment crystals, especially, you know, it goes far as saying, you know, MCOC YouTubers right the way through to prevalent accounts. You know, Kabam were working on that, so fair play. You know, more bans maybe on the radar, but yeah, especially kind of like, you know, you've just got to take on these people, stop them. But yeah, hopefully that cleans up the battle realm for all of us to have a nice, safe space to kind of to play. What are your thoughts on this? Put it in the comment section down below on Kabam's fight against those that are naughty. You're naughty, you are. Don't be cheating. They cheat in a mobile game. Honestly, grow up. Look, Longshot, Kate Bishop, they're in the arena. Predictions. Let's do it. So predictions wise, and I'm doing predictions this week because Kabam put out what it was going to be. Thank you, Kabam, for putting them out on a Tuesday. Longshot 6-star, I'll go with 58 mil. That comes close to a recent Sersi arena. I think actually it might go a lot less than 58 mil, but we'll have to see. 25 mil for the 5-star version of Longshot. 43 mil for Kate Bishop 6-star. I kind of feel that's going to be the case, especially coming close to a recent Vision arena. I kind of feel that's going to be the case, and the same thing when it comes to the 5-star. I'll go with 13 mil for it. Could be a little bit less than that, but it's hard to know at these particular stages with people grinding arena a little bit more in certain ways, but we'll have to see. In any case, finishing up the video, thank you very much to those who support the channel by different means, whether it's you know, on YouTube, Patreon, Twitch, all that stuff. Thank you, appreciate you a lot. Thank you very much for the support. And check out some other content located on screen. Have your say in the comment section about some of the stories that we covered in the show today, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't know what it's going to be, but it'll be a thing, whatever it is. Not a bad thing. Bye bye.